Judgment Day member to betray Liv Morgan at WrestleMania and join forces with a current champion? Exploring the possibility. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The Judgment Day is currently one of the top factions on WWE Raw. It has gained a lot of momentum since Liv Morgan made her return from injury last year at Survivor Series War Games. Upon her comeback, she helped her on-screen boyfriend Dominic Mysterio regain the Intercontinental Championship from John Cena. Fast forward to this year, and the Miracle Kid surprised the WWE Universe by winning the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. Morgan will now pick who she will face at WrestleMania 42. While she has yet to announce her opponent for Mina on the latest episode of Raw, the global juggernaut once again hinted that it could be Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer. If Morgan picks Vaquer, fans could see a betrayal unfold within the Judgment Day on the grandest stage of them all. In a massive turn of events, Dominic Mysterio might eventually turn on his on-screen lover, Liv Morgan. He could join forces with La Primera and help her retain the world title at the Show of Shows. If this happens, it could lead to the Miracle Kid turning face and Vaquer embracing her dark side. The Chilean wrestler could join the Judgment Day as Morgan's replacement. This would be similar to when Dirty Dom betrayed Rhea Ripley at WWE SummerSlam 2024 by helping Liv Morgan win the Women's World Championship. While this angle might sound convincing, it is speculative at this point. Only time will tell if this scenario will eventually come to fruition. Liv Morgan could dethrone Stephanie Vaquer at SummerSlam. If this betrayal angle eventually unfolds at WrestleMania 42, Liv Morgan could kick off a compelling rivalry with Stephanie Vaquer and the Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw. While a rematch between Morgan and Vaquer for the Women's World Championship on the Red Show would be a blockbuster, WWE could decide to preserve it for a bigger stage like SummerSlam. This will buy the bitter rivals enough time to blow the roof off the building with their feud and build more anticipation for their showdown. It will also enable La Primera to defend the gold against other top superstars on the roster before finally dropping it to the Miracle Kid at the biggest party of the summer. That said, this angle is also speculative. Three directions for Bianca Belair's WWE return at WrestleMania 42. WWE superstar Bianca Belair hasn't been around for the past 10 months. She broke one of her fingers during the triple threat title match at WrestleMania 41 against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. The EST of WWE had marched to WrestleMania 41 after winning the Women's Elimination Chamber match. However, not only did she lose the match, but she also ended up fracturing one of her fingers. It was reported that Bianca didn't undergo surgery and chose to heal the fracture naturally. However, it turns out that the injury has taken more time than anticipated to heal, which is why the former WWE Women's Champion has been away. She was expected to return at the Women's Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia last month, but surprisingly, she didn't show up. But there's good news for Bianca Belair's fans. According to a report from Ibu on Self-Made Sessions, Bianca is expected to be back at WrestleMania 42. It's not clear whether she will be back at the event for a match or only for a one-off appearance. In this listicle, we will list 3 directions for Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 42. Bianca Belair could return and feud with her longtime mate, Jade Cargill. Although there isn't any rivalry between them, the WWE Women's Championship could come in between their friendship. Jade Cargill will square off against the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match at WrestleMania 42 for her title. It could be Rhea Ripley going up against Jade Cargill if she wins the Elimination Chamber match. However, the twist in this tale could be unveiled at Mania after Jade Cargill retains her title. Since the Storm is currently a heel in WWE, doing obnoxious things, Bianca Belair can return and confront Jade for her mannerisms. She could also attack Jade and challenge her for a title at Backlash PLE after WrestleMania 42. Jade Cargill will square off against the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match at WrestleMania 42 for her title. It could be Rhea Ripley going up against Jade Cargill if she wins the Elimination Chamber match. However, the twist in this tale could be unveiled at Mania after Jade Cargill retains her title. Since the Storm is currently a heel in WWE, doing obnoxious things, Bianca Belair can return and confront Jade for her mannerisms. She could also attack Jade and challenge her for a title at Backlash PLE after WrestleMania 42. They are the former women's tag team champions, and their rivalry could be quite interesting for the WWE fans. Since Bianca Belair isn't expected to compete in the Women's Elimination Chamber match, she probably will have no chance to compete in a title match at WrestleMania 42. However, the EST of WWE can pick a feud with Rhea Ripley at Mania, after the Eradicator beats Jade Cargill for the women's title. Bianca can return exactly after Rhea Ripley beats Jade Cargill and could confront Mommy. Bianca could then challenge Rhea for a title match at Backlash PLE. Bianca Belair's impromptu WWE United States Champion win at WrestleMania 42. Bianca Belair can also return and surprise the WWE Universe by winning the Women's United States Championship at WrestleMania 42. The current Women's United States Champion, Julia, is one of the rising superstars on SmackDown. Her winning the WWE United States Championship within such a short time span, June 27, 2025, within 3 months of her main roster debut, shows that the company has faith in her. Bianca Belair can return amidst a huge pop and dethrone Julia to become the new U.S. champion. This could be one way to powerfully script the comeback of the former women's champion. The ball is now in Triple H's court, and it's up to him and his creative team to decide how they want to bring back one of the best women's superstars of the company. WWE Rumor offers major update on Bianca Belair's WrestleMania 42 status. Bianca Belair has been absent from WWE competition for 10 months, following a severe injury sustained at WrestleMania 41 on April 20th, 2025. During a triple threat match against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title, Belair suffered a broken knuckle and joint that has required an extensive and difficult rehabilitation process. Despite the length of her absence, new reports suggest that the EST of WWE is finally nearing a return to the spotlight, with the internal expectation being that she will participate in WrestleMania 42 this April in Las Vegas. Ibu of Self-Made reported that Belair is slated to be part of the year's biggest event in some capacity. While she has not yet been cleared for a full-time in-ring return, a source confirmed to Bodyslam.net that her name is currently featured on an internal list for the event. Although the listing currently lacks a return date, the company remains optimistic that she will have a meaningful presence on the show. The road to recovery has been described as challenging for the former women's champion. A second source indicated to Bodyslam.net that the rehab process has been plagued by unforeseen complications. The rehab and recovery process for Belair has been rough, and they have never seen anything like it. There have been a lot of complications, but Belair is said to have kept a positive mindset throughout this entire ordeal, the report stated. WWE has a wide range of options for Belair in play should they go forward with using her, that don't call for her to lace up her boots and step inside the squared circle for a match. Those options include a special guest referee, manager, host, or commentator, should she be able to make a return in time and wrestle. A match against her former tag team partner and current women's champion Jade Cargill is on the table. WWE, Bianca Belair, Set for shocking WrestleMania 42 return after nearly year-long absence. The EST of WWE is coming home to WrestleMania. Despite being sidelined for nearly a full year with a serious injury, Bianca Belair is expected to be part of WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas this April. WWE sources confirmed to Self-Made Pro that Belair is expected to be on the WrestleMania show, though her exact role remains under wraps. Whether she'll compete in a match or return in another capacity is still a mystery, but her presence at WWE's biggest event appears guaranteed. This news brings hope to fans who have anxiously awaited the return of one of WWE's biggest stars. Belair hasn't wrestled a single match since WrestleMania 41, where she suffered a devastating knuckle injury during a brutal triple German suplex spot, the injury that changed everything. The injury occurred during a chaotic moment involving Rhea Ripley and Io Sky at last year's WrestleMania. What initially seemed like a routine finger injury turned into something far more serious. The injury that changed everything. The injury occurred during a chaotic moment involving Rhea Ripley and Io Sky at last year's WrestleMania. What initially seemed like a routine finger injury turned into something far more serious. Belair recently shared photos on Instagram showing both the severity of her injury and signs of healing. The images reveal just how serious the damage was and why her recovery has taken so long. WWE has been carefully managing Belair's comeback. She made a special appearance at WWE Evolution as a guest referee for Jade Cargill vs. Naomi, hinting at the company's plans for her gradual return. The timing couldn't be better for WWE, which has been dealing with backstage uncertainty heading into WrestleMania 42. With ticket sales reportedly lower than expected and creative plans constantly shifting, having a star like Belair back could provide a much-needed boost. While main event-level talent reportedly don't know their WrestleMania roles yet, Belair's inclusion in the plans shows WWE's confidence in her star power. Her return would add another marquee name to a card that currently only has CM Punk versus Roman Reigns officially confirmed. The big question remains whether Belair will be cleared to compete or if WWE will use her return for a different purpose. Given the severity of her injury and the time she's been away, a cautious approach might be wise. Regardless of her role, Belair's presence at WrestleMania 42 represents a significant moment for both her career and WWE. After nearly a year away from the ring, the EST is ready to reclaim her spot on wrestling's biggest stage. For fans who have missed seeing one of WWE's most dynamic performers, this news provides the perfect reason to get excited about WrestleMania Season 1.